Good morning. Do you ever get out of bed in the morning and you just want to go back to bed? Well, I had one of those days today, and it is a little foggy out here this morning. I ride my bike on an app called Swift, and sometimes I ride in London, and this reminds me of some mornings riding in London on my app. It's a little foggy this morning, but it's going to be a better day. It's going to all get better from here. May the 28th, our devotional, it's a good devotional. I read over a little bit of it last night. It says, trust in God completely. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. That's in Proverbs 3 and verse 5. It says, many people make the mistake of worrying about God's will. They get anxious and uptight. Am I in the will of God? Have I missed it? Such people think God's will is like a tightrope. Where each careful move is up to them. If they make one misjudgment or one false move, they're doomed. Knowing God's will for your life is not your ultimate responsibility. It's God's. So trust Him to speak to you. It's your responsibility to respond in faith with obedience. Even though it's human nature to want to figure it all out and come up with a rational explanation for everything, God wants you to trust Him. The fact is, you don't need to know the reason for everything. You're called to obey. You can't see the grand scope of things, but God does. You are a finite being, and you have very limited understanding. That is why God says to not lean on your own understanding, and to trust His understanding, which is infinite and perfect and good. Trusting God with all your heart means you are fully abandoned to doing what God wants you to do. This isn't easy because we live in a world that says you deserve to have it your way. God wants you to trust Him even more than you trust yourself. What if it's time to make an important decision and God has yet to show you what to do? If you've prayed about it and it aligns with what God has already revealed to you in this word, you are free to make the decision without guilt, stress, or worry. You know, I think that the better that we understand trusting God, and the better we understand our relationship, and I think this goes right along with what I've talked about many, many times, in that we are building a relationship with God. I'm just like you. Sometimes, I'm probably worse than a lot of you. I wonder and worry if what I'm doing is what God truly wants me to do, and if I am doing the things that He wants me to do. And it's a fine line that we walk. We're human beings. We think in a human realm, but we have to begin to understand that God is holding the keys, and that God is looking. He's looking big picture. You and I, so many times, we look just for the moment and the time right now, but God sees the big picture. I have to remind myself all the time. I have to remind myself that we are working for a heavenly home, not an earthly home. That we are working for the future. That we are planning for the future. It's hard for us. But we need to trust God, to put our trust 100% into Him, and to trust His Word. I hope you do that today. I hope that you have a good day. I'm going to have a house full of grandkids here after a while, and we're going to have an exciting day. Whether we're ready for it or not, it will be an exciting day. But I hope that you have a great day, and I hope that you're able to take these words, and that they might help you to better understand your relationship with God. You have a great day, and sorry I'm late, but I've been a little lazy today, And so I just have to refocus, retune, and re-energize to get back to the where I need to be. And we sometimes have to do that. We just have to re-energize. But y'all have a great day, and I pray the Lord will bless you and nourish you and protect you and keep you safe today.